All right, payday. That feeling when the money finally hits your account, it's great, right? But then, like clockwork, the anxiety kicks in. What am I supposed to do with this? Should I throw it at my debt? Shove it into savings? Try to invest? It's a lot. And honestly, it can be paralyzing. Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise with a super simple but really powerful framework called the Financial Waterfall. Let's dive in and see how it can totally change the game for you.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll break down exactly what this waterfall thing is. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of building a solid financial foundation. From there, we'll talk about how to go on the attack against that nasty high-interest debt. After that, the fun part, investing for your future. And to wrap it all up, we'll put everything together so you have a clear action plan ready to go.
Okay, so first things first, what is this waterfall really? Let's get right to the core idea, the thing that makes this whole system work so well. It all boils down to one simple question. You know this feeling, right? The money is sitting there, and it feels like a dozen different things are screaming for your attention. Pay me, save me, invest me. You're trying to make the absolute smartest choice, but with so many options, it's easy to just freeze. Decision paralysis is a real thing, and it can stop you from doing anything at all. And that's exactly where the waterfall comes in to save the day. I want you to picture a series of buckets, one after another. The idea is simple. You pour all your money into the first bucket until it's completely full. Only then, once it's overflowing, does any money spill into the next bucket. See, this step-by-step process takes all the guesswork out of the equation. And, psychologically, this is huge. It lets you put all your focus, all your energy into just one goal at a time. You'll never have to wonder what to do with your next dollar again. All right, let's get into the first part, building your financial foundation. I'm talking about steps 1, 2, and 3. And look, these are the non-negotiables. This is the bedrock, the absolute foundation that everything else is built on. You can't skip these. Step 1, and you have to do this before anything else, is to make the minimum payments on all your debts. I'm talking student loans, credit cards, that car payment, all of it. So why is this first? Simple. It's all about protecting your credit score. Missing payments is one of the quickest ways to absolutely tank your score, so we lock this down first, always. Okay, so your minimum payments are handled and your credit score is safe. Now we turn our attention to your main checking account. And let's be clear, this is not your savings account. This is your workhorse account, the one you use to pay rent, buy groceries, handle all your monthly bills. The goal here is to build a little cushion, a buffer, so you're not constantly sweating it out, watching that balance drop to zero right before you get paid. So the big question is, how big does this buffer need to be? Well, a really good rule of thumb is to figure out your total monthly expenses and then just add $1,000 on top of that. So let's say your bills, your rent, everything adds up to about $3,000 a month. You'd want to aim to always have a baseline of $4,000 sitting in that account. Seriously, this little cushion is your best friend. It's your first line of defense against annoying overdraft fees and just that constant low-level money stress. All right. Once that checking account buffer is solid, every extra dollar now starts to spill over into bucket number 3, and this one is crucial, your dedicated emergency fund. We're talking about the money for the big, nasty, unexpected stuff life throws at you. Losing a job, a surprise medical bill, your car's transmission deciding to quit. This is the money that keeps a bad situation from becoming a financial catastrophe. So what's the target for this fund? The gold standard is to have 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses socked away. And yeah, I know that can sound like a huge, intimidating number. But remember, this isn't an overnight thing. You build it up piece by piece, paycheck by paycheck. And trust me, every single dollar you put in here is an investment in your future self's peace of mind. And one more really important thing here. Please, please, please do not let this cash just sit in a regular old school savings account earning like 0.0%. No way. You need to put it in a high-yield savings account. The interest rates are so much higher, which means your money is actually working for you. This way, your safety net is growing and at least putting up a fight against inflation while it's on standby. Okay, take a breath. Foundation built? Checking buffer? Check. Emergency fund? Check. Awesome. Now the fun begins. We get to switch from defense to offense. It's time to take all that extra cash flow we freed up and aim it like a fire hose at your most destructive debt. Step 4 is where we get aggressive. I mean really aggressive. Your minimums are on autopilot. Your emergency fund is there to protect you. So now you can unleash every spare dollar you have on those high-interest debts.
Think of this as stopping a major financial bleed. Every dollar you pay down here is a dollar you're freeing up for your future. So what are we talking about when we say high interest debt? Let's make it super simple. Here's the rule of thumb. Any debt with an interest rate over 10%. That's it. We're usually talking about credit card debt, maybe some personal loans, that kind of stuff. Your mission is simple. Find it, target it, and get rid of it. Period.
All right, just imagine this for a second. Your foundation is solid, your most expensive debts are gone. This is a huge milestone. And now we get to move to the really, really exciting part. This is where we shift from managing debt to actively, intentionally building long-term wealth.
So step 5. If your job offers a 401k or something similar with an employer match, this is your next absolute top priority. So what's a match? It's basically where your company says, hey, if you put money into your retirement account, we'll put money in too. They'll match your contribution up to a certain percentage of your salary.
Let me be crystal clear about this because it's that important. An employer match is not a benefit. It's not a suggestion. It is free money. Think about it. Getting a 50% or even 100% match on what you put in is a guaranteed instant return on your investment. You cannot beat that anywhere. Do whatever you have to do to get this match. Do not leave this money on the table.
So you're contributing enough to get that full employer match? Fantastic. Now, all the extra cash you have can finally flow into the last and biggest bucket, even more investing. You've taken care of all the other priorities. Now, your sole focus can be on growth. And where should these extra investment dollars go? Well, here's a common and really effective path. First, you look at maxing out a Roth IRA, which is an amazing account where your investments can grow completely tax-free. Once you've hit the annual limit on that, you can circle back to your 401k at work and contribute even more, way beyond what the company matches. And if you still have money left after all that, it can go into a regular taxable brokerage account, which gives you a ton of flexibility. Following this order is how you really put your foot on the gas and accelerate your wealth building journey.
Okay, so we've walked through every single step one by one. Now let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. See how this all fits together into one clean, simple plan. And there you have it, the whole waterfall start to finish. You start at the top, make those minimum payments. Money overflows. Next, build that checking buffer. Money overflows. Then you fill that emergency fund. Done? Great. Attack the high interest debt. Then get that 401k match. And finally, every last extra dollar goes into more investing. The key is you don't move on until the step before is totally done. That's it. The power is in its simplicity.
So after all that, there's really only one question left. Look at this plan. Be honest with yourself. Which step of the waterfall are you on right now? Figuring that out is the most powerful thing you can do today because it gives you your exact mission. It tells you exactly what to do with your very next paycheck.